Our trust.
In the OGGM, you should place your trust. Broadcasting live from Site B, located in the mythical town of Fresno, Nevada, which looks suspiciously like a Southern California beach town. It's your boy, the one voice you can trust, the OGGM on a Friday at 8 o'clock, the last Friday of January. We made it through the first month of the year without anything. Oh, wait, no. It's been a pretty weird month, guys. So, yeah, with everything going on, hope you're safe, hope you're sane, hope you're well, hope you're, driving on the right side of the road, whatever. It's Friday. It's time to take a look at the Kickstart news, which is back. I don't know what's going on with the source that we normally get our stuff from, EN World. It's pretty dependable that I've been stealing their links for years now, but lately, the last month or two, it seems like they're just sort of 1 week they post and 1 week they don't. And I don't know. Before it was because the guy was sick, but I don't know if he's still sick and that's why they're not posting, or just they feel there's nothing to talk about. There's no game, so why should we post it? I don't know. But we do have some Kickstarters that are going to come to an end recently that you still have a chance to support. One kind of jumps out at me. The rest are kind of like, definitely going into 2026 with the, are we going to see anything interesting and unique this year, or kind of more the same? I think it's 1 year off, 1 year on, 1 year off, 1 year on, 1 year where we see just a lot of great stuff, and another year was just kind of like another game about penguins. I don't know. That's like the 87th game about penguins. Speaking of penguins, there are no role-playing games about penguins this week, nor were any penguins harmed in the making of this video. All right, Kickstarter, what do you have for us this week? Well, we've got this lovely young lady whose hand is not attached to her arm and has wisps of smoke. She doesn't have a second hand. Where's her other hand? I think it's above her head, but I'm not sure. I don't think he's holding that sword right. Okay. This is from Kobold Press. It's called Night Hunters, Gothic Horror for 5e. $129 for PDF and print versions of both the hardcovers. $130 for a game about Gothic horror in a system that is not designed to embrace Gothic horror. I don't know. Is there any point for me saying this anymore? Because obviously no one's listening. But I'm going to say it again. Stop trying to make 5th edition something it's not. Stop it. You want to do Gothic horror? Make a Gothic horror game, or make a supplement for a pre-existing system that is designed to embrace Gothic horror. Like, I don't know, Savage Worlds, Shadowdark, not 5e, because 5e is not designed to be scary. It's not designed to be a horror game. Square, round hole, square peg, round hole, square peg. Stop it. Embrace what D&D 5.5 can do. Build a believable, wonderful setting around the engine for what it can do, and accept the fact that D&D 5.5 is a Saturday morning cartoon, and build that. But we got to give Kobold Press, at least a little love, despite everything I just said, because they are consistently supporting 5, which Wizards isn't, so for everybody who was a fan of 5 and wants to continue to play 5, I usually point the finger at Kobold Press and their amazing repertoire of products. There's years worth of stuff that they've made for 5, and Tales of the Valiant in 5.5. But yeah, Gothic Horror is not it. Also, no role-playing games worth $130. Except for mine. Here's the one I like because I love the setting. The Painted Wasteland, the ultraviolet grasslands, the never-ending desert, the Slumbering Czar, my personal favorite because it's the only one I own. This is probably my second or third favorite setting. Just sort of the endless acid punk 1980s Wizards, Thunder the Barbarian, heavy metal wasteland. Just that endless desert, that endless grassy plains filled with little bits of ruins. It's my favorite settings. That's got to be my second or third. I don't know. We know my first is Dinosaur Pirate Island. And then, I switched between Haunted Mine because I love Haunted Mine and this as just my favorite settings, So I haven't run Dinosaur Pirate Island in a long time. That's what I need to work on next. But, I have just been working, I've been running a 2-year-long never-ending Grasslands campaign for Shadowdark. I really love the settings. So it's $55. So this is my, pick this up if you like the setting. From Mary Mushmen, okay, you win this week's award for best name of a game company. We've got Dungeon Inc. Dungeon Inc. is 38 pounds. I think that's pounds for shipping and handling, and PDF version and physical version of the book. Dungeon Inc. is a notable Dungeon Inc. concept gets turned to the head. You are the monsters in the dungeon, an employee of the main boss. You have a quarterly kill projects and must demonstrate your value to the team meetings or be downsized into the boss maw. It's a 9 to 5 team building exercise and customers that are trying to kill you. Offered so you play the monsters in the dungeon. These guys have over 200 years experience in looting adventurers. Oh, so so you work for a help wanted magical, temp agency where you are the monsters and your job is to go through and kill the players, fix the damage they've done, stuff like that. Not a new idea. They even say it's a new idea because it says it's based upon an older game, a French role-playing game that came out in 2022, which is obviously based upon Dungeon Builder, Evil Minion, Dwarven Fortress, all those other games where you play the monster. Goblinstein, where we were all goblins. So it's just an interesting way, another weird way to do this system, which is fun. It definitely works like a board game. This game, it definitely works as a card game. A game, and it probably works as a small campaign. 1 to 5 episodes where you're playing the minions whose job it is to kill the adventurers, fix the damage the adventurers has done, stuff like that. But I don't know if it could be a year-long campaign, because eventually, you're either going to want to start leaving the dungeon because, you're going to want, more stuff, more responsibility, some rewards for all your work. It's like, do I get to loot the adventurers and keep their gear? Because, we know they're going to loot me. So, yeah, it sounds fun. Sword Without Master by Unwritten Earth Symposium. All right, I take it back. You win this week's title for reward for best name of a game company. I don't know what an Unwritten Earth Symposium means, but it sounds cool. Sword Without Master is $25 shipping and handling for print version and PDF. You take on the role of a rogue in a fantasy world. Less simulation. Your roles use a set of tone dice to determine the action scene outcome. Your character attempts to steal. Roll to see if the outcome is jovial or glum. This isn't a D20 RPG, but a tabletop role-playing game is a group exercise and story-focused negative. It's finding an audience, but it's one of the few tabletop role-playing games that offers a vanity press, pay-to-publish backer level, so you can suggest tonal elements to enhance the campaign. If you're in table enjoys group storytelling and you want to work to appear in this book, this Kickstarter's for you. An exploration in focused narrative, not a D20 based RPG, but a tabletop role playing game where you get to tell people what's in the book. I mean, I'm reading it, and part of it sounds like, okay, cool, different. I don't know if that's a role-playing game, but, we definitely have, Blood on the Clock Tower style of group dynamic games that have work. Grim Hollow, Frostpunk, games like that, they work. Is it a role-playing game, or is it just an experience in group dynamic improv? Don't know. But I do like the name in Unwritten Earth Symposium. Yeah, that's a cool name. Don't know what it means, but it's a cool name. Then we have Realm Breakers from the Arcane Gate. Apocalypse machines to terrify your players for 5e. This is doesn't have a price. The 5e adventure facing colossal machines designed for world-ended destruction. These are drop-in adventures. Does your 5e campaign need a big bag? So it's not a book. It's a series of one-shots. Spirit feels brazen, unsafe, and fun because you're fighting these monsters that could destroy the entire world. And and if you don't succeed, the world could be destroyed. Oh no, the world could be destroyed, except it's 5e where nobody dies and nothing really, gets destroyed and broken. So terrifying your players at your table by introducing, world-destroying kaiju into D&D. I want my D&D game to be scary. I want you guys to really think like there's a, something bad happens if you don't succeed. Like the world gets destroyed. What are you guys, like 5th level? Oh yeah, okay. I feel like I just said this. Stop it. Second, I can tell you from personal experience, a typical 5e group against a world-ending monster will probably destroy it in 2 rounds. One of the last games I ran at Seth's before it closed, there was a midpoint fight where they had to fight the avatar of Jubilex. And the avatar of Jubilex was this huge monster, and I thought, it's Jubilex. He's got like 4 attacks. He could spontaneously spawn things. He's got 200 plus hit points. They went through Jubilex in 2 rounds, and they were like 8th level. So yeah. I wish you all the luck in the world, but I mean, you don't even have a price. So it's free? I don't know. Whatever. We have the Complete Class Compendium by Mike Merle for 5e and Level Up 5e and D&D 2024. This is $20 for the PDF of the book. It's 12 original classes for 5e, in addition to some new feats, spells, schools of magic, ways to build settlements, lineage, monsters, and more from our good friend Mike Myler, who I don't know who that is, but okay, Mike Myler. Sure, why not? More classes for 5e. Does 5e need more classes? I don't know what classes are in 5.5 right now, or what the builds are. Is Booming Blade backstab still a thing? Is Luck Paladins, Luck Cleric still a thing? Luck Halfling Cleric still a thing? Don't know. So I don't know if 5e needs more classes. I mean, aren't there supposed to be like 125 variations in the player's handbook alone between classes, subclasses, and builds and feats and stuff? Wasn't that a thing about 5.5? So I don't know. Do you think your 5.5 game needs more classes than the existing 12? It's $20, so it's probably the cheapest thing on here. And this guy does work for EN World, so I mean, I don't know. Maybe if we support him, we can find out why they're only putting the links on every other week now. I don't know. I don't know. All right, so Night Hunters for no. Empire, yes. Monsters game. I like the idea of monster centric. I think it needs more to be a campaign. Like this would work as a board game, a card game, a one shot with like 2 or 3 episodes, but a year or longer, unless there's more to do than just get killed by player characters, you know. No, no. Sure, why not? $20, new classes. But this thing, yeah, it's probably my one for the week because I just love the painted wastelands. I don't know why, I just do. City boy like me should not be in love with the idea of the never-ending desert, but I have been. I've been fascinated with it for my whole life. I mean, Huell Hauser when he's out in the ghost towns of the Salton Sea, watching Hugh Hauser in the 70s and California Gold and going, Jesus, fuck, that looks so cool. Going to college in the Pacific Northwest just so I could get lost in that endless forest. I've always been fascinated by it. I think most people are, whether they want to admit it or not. The never-ending quest. All right, that's enough blabbing from me. If any of these titles sound like something you want to pick up, use the link down below. If you know of any Kickstarters that are coming to an end that I missed, because I usually do, let me know and we'll give them a shout out. If you have a Kickstarter that's starting, like our good friend Victor, or coming to an end and you want me to mention it, let me know. If you never want to hear me talk about this ever again, let me know, because this is your channel. It's a new year. Time for you to decide where you want to see things. Till next time, have a good weekend. See ya.